And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 115 of Player Life. It is Thursday, May 13th here in Tokyo, Japan. Hope you guys are well. I missed a few days. What was it, Monday? What days I miss? I missed the last 2 days anyway. Busy week, doing things. Sometimes stuff happens. I don't get to do a live stream. The player life interrupts the live stream. That's what happens. But I'm out here dropping these RP truths for on a voluntary basis. So it's all good. I'll be forgiven for the occasional miss. But it's a pretty gloomy day here in Tokyo. Pretty gloomy day, and I didn't get enough sleep last night, so I was kind of busy today. Stuff to do. There's nothing worse when you don't get enough sleep. Like you get way underslept, and then you know that you have a really busy day ahead. And you have to get up early. Damn, it's not good. You should always get good sleep. Good sleep is the key to being healthy. Good sleep, good food, good exercise. You need it all. You need it all. Gabriel E in the house. What is up? What is good? Hope you're well. I mean, I didn't get enough sleep and I can't complain. I cannot complain because I had a good night last night. But still, the thing is, if you're not getting enough sleep and you wake up in the morning and you're really tired, but you've all this shit to do, all these chores and shit. You've all the work to do, and you know it's gonna be a really long day. There's nothing worse than that feeling. There's just such a shit feeling. When you have to go out into the world and do all this shit, and you got like 3 hours sleep. It's like, oh no. But anyway, that was today. The straight G Turo in house says, salute Mac, no doubt sleep is key. Sleep is key. Sleep is key. You need 8 hours. 8 hours. Let your body heal, let your body rest up. If you're not getting good sleep and good food, it ain't it. It ain't it. You ain't doing it right. But problematic in the house. What is up? What is good? Nice try, Governor. What's up? What's good? Hope you're well. But I can't complain. Although today's gloomy, crypto's taking a dump, taking a shit. Doesn't matter because I lost all my crypto in a boating accident, like a lot of people did. But apart from Hex, I don't know. If anyone owns Hex, that shit's up. That shit went crazy today, spiking up. Gloomy day, but life goes on. But life's good for me. Life's good for me here in Tokyo. I mean, cannot complain. Cannot complain. It just, it's just so not. It's just such like I've completely figured out like women in my life. It's completely wrapped up. It's a wrap. Like for the rest of my life, it's like it's totally taken care of. Like why is that? Because I know what women want. Like I know how to attract women. I know how to seal the deal. I know how to source women. I know what to do. It's just really easy. It's not an issue. Man, if I could, get money as easy as I could get women, I would be fucking rich. I would be really, really rich. Like I'm serious. I would be super fucking rich. Money doesn't come to me easily. Money doesn't come to some people just are good at getting money. Like they're good at it, comes to them. They know how to make it. They work hard, they get it. But I probably just need to work harder. But with women, holy shit. I mean, that shit is wrapped up. Like for the rest of my life, it's not an issue. I don't need money. I don't need money to get women. It's not an issue for me. I talked before about how money helps when to up your level. Like there's levels to game. Like there's different levels. I'm at a level where I don't need money to get certain women. But if I was like to go up and get like, top tier and just be banging tens all the time, I'd probably need money. Um, Know Your Worth in the house says, "Yo, what's up? Hells yeah, nice bag of Hex for me." Yeah, Hex is. Yeah, there's a lot of mixed opinions about it. I have a bag of Hex. Shit's pumping. Everything's dumping. A lot of shit's dumping pretty hard. I just looked at the charts before I went live. But Hex did some crazy spikes. I saw it spiked up to like 7.8 cents. I think it dumped down pretty. It not dumped, but it spiked back down. But yeah, Hex has gone pretty crazy. I sold my principal on Hex. I'm actually starting to regret that now. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Just a dip in the market. But yeah, today I just want to talk about a lot of guys in this space, in the manosphere. There's an impression that that, oh, it's full of misogynists and people complaining about women all the time. But at the end of the day, like, there's never been a better time to sleep with a lot of women. Like, there's never been a better time. So if you're not getting in on the action, you really have yourself to blame. It's a different argument, the stuff about womanism and how Western society is kind of falling apart. But when it comes to just like getting women, like, it's actually never been easier if you're like if you become a high quality guy with game. And guys say, "Oh, women just want money. Women care about money." Like, certain women do, but when you're top tier, when you're a Chad, you're ripped, you look good. You don't need money like to get a lot of women. Like, yeah, you can say, "Oh, the like top tier," like you're talking about the top tier like women, and who cares? You don't even need to get with them. Like, I mean, like I was saying, there are levels to game. You know, when women are like super hot and they know they can monetize it, but you don't really need to get with those kinds of women. They're going to be annoying anyway. They're going to be high maintenance. Do you really want to get with them? Who cares? Like, I mean, really, who cares? Like, it's same thing. Like, chicks that like their face might be, they might be cute. They might be a 6 or a 7, but their body's like a 10, like an actual 10. Like, they like literally have the most unbelievable body. Like, it's just like perfect, like perfect ass, like nice titties, like just sexy. Like, and then someone will see her in a photo and their face isn't like super stunning. It isn't like model like, and they'd be like, "Oh, she's a 6. Oh, she's a 6, man." It's like, all right, yeah. Like, you really think I care about that when we're in bed, like, and we're banging, like, really? Who gets like, you don't really get, when it comes to sex, like, when you're banging a chick, you don't really get like, you're not gonna get like aroused by a girl's face. That's not I mean, it's pretty. It's like you want a girl with a pretty face, like, and I mean, sixes can be pretty, but my point is, I mean, really, if you're not getting women, you really have to blame yourself. Guys get wrapped up. They get, they spend, it's just, they're not going about it right. They're expecting women to just come to them, or they let their ego get in the way. Nice try, Governor says, "I've had a couple of those. Haha, the body was amazing, but wouldn't know with the clothes on." Yeah, some girls have very like reserved fashion. It's like kind of popular even in Japan for girls to wear these like oversized baggy clothes. It's like a fashion trend. And it's like, oh my God, like sometimes you get the most amazing fucking like shock, like surprise, like you take you take a risk, you take not even a risk, not a gamble, but I mean you just get a nice pleasant surprise because it's like this fashion trend in Japan where girls wear these like baggy jeans and shit. And you can't really get a good look at it. You can't really tell what the shape is exactly like. But like when you take that shit off, oh my god, like you see like some good shit. Um uh Planet Gore Dawn says a wholesome 5 or 6 is better than a 9 or 10 with attitude any day. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely when it comes to, I mean, 9s and 10s are just going to be high maintenance anyway. I mean, you want to be aiming higher than 5s or 6s, but you want to be aiming higher than 5s. But I agree with you. I agree with that. Uh, but a lot of guys as well will actually be they'll be very critical. Like they'll be like, guys that get the least pussy will be the most critical about women too. They'll be the most critical. They'll be like so like, oh, but she has a bit like she has her eyes are too far apart, or she's like this, that, and the other. They'll pick out little tiny like imperfections or flaws, and they'll be like, and they're getting fuck all pussy themselves when they do that. Um, but what was I gonna say? Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just I knew this guy. He was in Japan and he was wouldn't say a friend, but more of an acquaintance. And he had the look that Japanese girls would really like. To be honest, I have a look that, you know, I'm not complaining. Like I'm it's a look that they're they don't like Japanese women in general don't like facial hair on guys. It's just not a thing. But anyway, this guy he was like I don't know. He looked like a boy, like one of those boy band. He's the type of look that I would never want to look like, but it's the type of look that would be very popular amongst Japanese girls. And he knew that. He knew that he had that look, and he knew that he was, would be popular in Japan. Like blonde, like baby face. He looked like a pussy, to be honest. I wouldn't really want to look that. I would never want to look like him, but uh he could have been like if I mean a lot of that is that men are made too, you know. A lot of that is down to his just like soft lifestyle and not working out and just generally being a pussy in general. But he had that look, that like soft, smooth faced baby, blonde hair, um, and he. But the thing is, his ego got in the way, and he would never do approaches. He would never do approaches. I remember one day we were in, he was more of he wasn't a friend to be honest, but he was around, for the foreign community in Japan can be, you talk to people and you see them kind of thing. But anyway, we're in a bar one time and it got talking and he said to me, oh, I don't make approaches. I let girls come to me. And I was like, what do you mean you let them come to you? Like, well, they just come to you. And, this guy got laid for like fuck all basically because he was sitting around waiting for women to come to him. But I remember this time, just as he said it to me, this unbelievably hot girl came into the bar, like seriously hot, like sexy as fuck. And I was like, "You gonna wait for her to come to you?" And he was like, "Yeah, she'll probably come over." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, man." And I just went over to her and started talking to her, and I went over to her and was chatting away, and then this prick comes in behind me and like joins me and starts trying to cock block. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just like I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but I can't remember how it exactly played out. But I know I got her number and banged her a few weeks later. But these pussies that sit around and just like complain about not getting women. And I know for a fact this particular character he really like He really didn't get that much pussy, and he was a unbelievable simp, like a serious simp. Um, and you know, I remember he dated this girl that was like she was like a Japanese five. Like, I mean, she wasn't like a Japanese five is you know, it's probably like a seven in any other country, but like in Japan she was pure, really, just really nothing special at all. But he was really punching down, just because if he just showed a little bit of like effort, like a little bit of less cockiness, like just pure dickishness, little, just such a gimp this guy was. This guy was such a prick. Like, he would just like have such an ego that he would just sit and wait for chicks to come to him. And sure, some chicks might come, but like the hottest girls aren't going to come. They're not going to come. You know, they're not. They're not going to come. It goes against what they want to do. It goes against what they want to do. You know, it's just not. It goes like, it dries up their pussies, like to have to go and approach a guy. You know, for them to have to go and do that. Cabriolet says, I saw something about 25,000 ETH was sold in an individual transaction yesterday. It's a lot of cash. It's a lot of cash. Planet Gordon says, the K-pop soy boy looks. Like, the K-pop soy boys can have infinite pussy. Like, it's they may look like soy boys and they may be soy boys, but it's a popular look in Asia for women. It's hard to believe things are kind of different here. But yeah, I never want to look like that. I never actually want to look like that. I never want to look like that, like soft soy. Even if I got way more pussy because of that, I don't want to look like that. Why would a man want to look like so like soft and weak and like girlish? Yeah, not a good look. Problematic says, are Japanese dudes simps? It's a hard one to answer. They're definitely very passive. But when it comes to women, they're kind of, I guess, I gotta say it, I guess they are, because they pay a lot for sex. They pay for women. Like, they really do. Like, they really do pay for sex a lot here. And even, not only did they use prostitution, but when it comes to even dating girls, like they'll buy them like bags and like shoes, and like they'll simp hard for them. And Japanese girls Japanese girls are like pretty ruthless, like when it comes to like dating, especially good looking girls. Like, I heard a girl talking about how she would have like what they're called seifu otoko. That means like safe boy, safe boys. They would have safe boys, and they're the boys that it's such an insult. Imagine being a girl calling you a safe boy. Like, so that would, these good looking girls, they use these safe boys to take them on dates and buy them stuff, while they'll have like some like Chad guy that they'll use for sex, or multiple Chad guys. These girls go around like playing guys hard. So yes, Japanese guys are simps. Obviously not, all of them, but there is a simp culture here. But at the same time, there's a very traditional culture here. Like, I mean, women are still very much women, but men are men are definitely have become pussified here. The only thing masculine about Japanese men, and I don't even know if it's masculine, but they have a crazy, insane work culture where they work really hard. I don't know. Yeah, there's not much work-life balance here. But yeah, they just become pussies and become like slaves to their companies, and they don't have any balls, and like it's really kind of fucked up. But it's their culture. I'm not here to change shit. I'm just here to enjoy 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 the culture, the country. They've made a very nice country, very stable, safe country. So why am I gonna complain about it? I'm not gonna complain about it. It's their country. I'm just here in Japan. I'm respectful towards their culture and customs, but even if I stayed in Japan until the day I die, I'm an Irishman in Japan. I'm not one of these fucking, progressive people who think like, oh, I'm in Japan, so I'm automatically Japanese. Like, oh, no, like I respect the culture, I respect the country. That's why I would say that I'm an Irishman in Japan. Like, I always will be. And if a Japanese person goes to Ireland, they will always be a Japanese person in Ireland. All this progressive shit that you get, like all across the Western world, where foreign people, you know, go to countries and like, oh, they're French, they're Irish, and like, what the fuck, like, it's just out of respect. Like, I'm here in Japan, love the place, uh, but there's certain aspects to the culture that just are crazy to me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna, complain about it and bitch about it. It's a pretty fucking sweet spot. Um, it's not falling apart like Western countries. Like it's just a safe country. Women can walk home. Like women, it's safe for women to like walk home late at night. Um, that's not the case. Even it's not even safe for in certain Western countries. It's like there's like no go zones, like where like, even guys like walking home, you could get jumped, mugged, killed, robbed, stabbed. I don't know. Um, yeah, I went in a bit of a rant there, but I hope you get the idea. See, Joel's in house. What's good? What's up? Hope you're well. Um, see, Joel says, laugh my ass off. You should have sent your mate the receipts after you smashed. Funny story actually about that guy. I actually smashed his girlfriend. Well, at the time they had apparently just broken up, but I smashed her. I smashed her about a week after they broke up, and apparently he had a nervous breakdown. But I didn't smash her just to you know spite him or anything. I mean, I just smashed her just because it was convenient. Um, and it's just a smash. But apparently he had a breakdown. But if you go out simping and falling in love with these chicks, it's not good. You just get your little heart broken. You get your little fragile heart broken. These girls are animals. They're savages, almost as much as me. But uh, Know Your Worth says he was trying to use you as the icebreaker. Yeah, well, I mean, didn't really work out. Uh, yeah, I mean, just if you're gonna go using guys to like, if you're relying on guys to get you pussy, you have no game. You're shit. You suck at game. You suck with women. You suck in general. You should never rely on people for anything. Um, I don't rely on anyone for anything. Is when it comes to getting women. I mean, if a friend introduced me to a woman, I'm not a chick, I'm not going to turn it down. But I mean, if that's your method, like if that's your method of getting women, like using guys to wingman you, and like, then your game sucks. Same when I tell guys, uh, same when I tell guys that guys that say, "Oh, I can only do game when I drink." It's like, yeah, you don't have game. You suck. Your game sucks. You almost have no game. No, you have no game. Because if you're relying on a substance, you can't be relying on drink. You can't be like out in the park like in at 2:30 on a weekday drunk, like unless you're a bum. If you need alcohol to pick up women, you don't have game. Anyone can do game when they're drunk. It's special. You're not like, people become alcohol completely changes people. It ruins lives. It can, just because you can get with women when you're drunk, it means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Um, but yeah, uh, so yeah, you got to get rid of the ego, like, and just start, approaching women. Uh, Nice try, Governor says, I can imagine you and MLD are in the extreme minority as red pill foreigners in Japan. That is 100% correct. Um, yeah, there's most of the foreigners that come to Japan are certainly not red pill. They're very much so. A lot of them are very, yeah, weak, kind of soy boy, kind of, just not just really, yeah, it's just soy boys, not really, not certainly not red pill. Most of the foreigners I see around here, wearing their mask and doing all, yeah, they're clear. You just no muscle on their body, like usually fat, um, no game whatsoever. So MLD and I, we have a circle in Tokyo, and all of us we're all definitely in the minority. It's that's why it's a unique thing we got going on. Um, C. Joel says, I get the impression Japanese dudes come built in two ways, either hardened Yakuza mob boss pimps or total limp wristed pay for play simps. Well, that's an interesting, yeah, it's interesting you say that because honestly, the Yakuza is probably one of the, how do I put this? It's probably one of the, like, the safest or the most I don't know how to describe this, but they're the least, you know, the Yakuza don't go like most of the business they're involved in is actually legitimate business. Like they're almost not a criminal organization. I think because they run things like, some of the businesses like the sex industry, gambling, um, dirty kind of businesses, but a lot of it's not actually legal. A lot of it's like legit. I'm sure there's some stuff on the borderline, but like compared like to criminal organizations in all around the world, like other, like the Yakuza are like the least threatening probably criminal organization in the entire world. Like honestly, they're not like they certainly wouldn't be looking for trouble with people like for no reason. I've never ever once in my life, like since I've been in Japan, I've never felt threatened ever. Um, I mean that. Like literally, I've never been like had like my guard up and felt like from a Japanese person. Um, I've never had to like be like, be confrontation or feel like scared, like or feel like nervous that I'm gonna get in a fight with a Japanese person ever. And I've been out. I haven't been sheltered. I've been out in like I'm an out. I go out. Like I'm not an. I don't like. I'm putting myself out in nightlife and all that. So I've come across like plenty of Japanese people like in situations, but it's just hard to imagine for most Western people how safe Japan actually is. Like it's like ridiculously, it's a unbelievably safe society. Like the crime here is like incredibly low. Um, yeah, you need to be a real idiot to get in fights in Japan. It'd be real hard. Like it'd be real hard to go getting in fights with if you come over here as a foreigner and you're getting in fights with Japanese people, you're probably a dickhead. Like you're probably an asshole. You're probably a dickhead. Like you probably I don't know. I don't know what you'd be doing. But back to your point. Um, yeah, I mean the Yakuza they keep to themselves. They run their businesses. They're interested in money. Um, they're not really interested in violence. Not saying not violence never happens, but um, yeah, compared that to like some Mexican cartel, like they're like Jesus, like there's no comparison. Um, but yeah, Steve in house, what is up? I says I can't wait for this Friday webinar. Indeed, I will be doing a webinar for MLD's course talking about how to turn bitches out. I'm very good at it. Very good at it. But yeah, guys, the today, I was just thinking, you know, when guys aren't getting women and they start complaining like about women all the time, that's just not it. Like really, like if you're not getting women, you really only have yourself to blame. Like you read because we're living in a time where 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 literally it's free. Like it's free if you just learn game. If you learn game and take care of yourself, um, you get these black pillars and even red pill masturbators who just get like like caught up in just constantly complaining about, oh, like, women suck, and they're all whores and they're all sluts, and it's like, shut the fuck up. You just suck with women. Like you're only complaining, just you're really only that bitter because uh you're not getting any pussy. And like, don't get me wrong, I mean, I hate all the progressive shit and the nonsense that goes on with all these womanists as much as the next guy. I mean, I've talked about it. I mean, I talk about it a lot on the show, but at the same time, there's a difference as well. I mean, at the same time, I'm getting tons of pussy. Like, there's a difference. You know, these guys, a lot of guys that complain about, they're just complaining about constantly complaining about womanism, and it's more like a proxy. They're actually just bitter towards women because they're not getting pussy. It's like these guys who are like, I prefer MILFs because 19-year-old women are immature, and I'm just like, they're so immature, and I can't stand them. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. You just can't get with 19-year-olds. Just shut the fuck up. Like, who gives a fuck how mature like a chick is? Like, if you're just like out for a one night stand, like, do you really care? Like, if you're like, who the hell wants to choose a MILF over hot ass 19-year-old like beautiful chick? Like, these guys that go around saying, oh, like, I don't want to get with a 19-year-old because she's immature and she's an idiot and she's stupid, and no, it's like, no, dude, you just can't get with them. Like, that's why. That's why you're going for, like, you're swinging for low hanging fruit. Don't get me wrong, I like MILFs too sometimes, but I just noticed this kind of thing being said around, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. You are not going to turn down a 19-year-old hottie, like, because she's immature and she's an idiot. And by the way, that's like also another bullshit thing that it's actually like a lot of women, any 19-year-old chick, Japanese chick that I've gotten with, a lot of the time they're just sweet and fun to be around. I mean, I'm not looking to have like these intellectual conversations and talk about, like, the state of the world and finance with chicks. I'm looking to fucking have like a fun time. You know what I mean? I don't need these mature, like, jaded fucking chicks. You know, but you just gotta, gotta say it. Problematic says, Mac, have you ever had delivery health? I have never had delivery health. Yeah, delivery health, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically just it's basically just prostitution service, home delivery. Never needed to get it. Never needed. But never say never. Nah, but I mean, I mean, I definitely don't. I don't need to be paying for that shit. Do not. See, Joel says, like, bro, she's not managing your 401k. The fuck she got to be smart for? Exactly. It's so funny when you hear these guys saying, "Oh, I like prefer older, more mature women." It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You're full of shit. But yeah, it's like guys will be very, like I said earlier, guys will be critical about, it's like guys have different types. Like, guys have different girl, they prefer different types of girls. And sometimes guys will be critical about the girls you hook up with, and as long as you're like being genuine to yourself, like when I hook up with girls, I'm not hooking up with a girl because, like, oh, she's gonna, like, oh, because my friend thinks she's hot. No, it's because I want to hook up with her. Like I said, like I'm sometimes I'm attracted to milfs. That's cool. I like banging milfs as you know, as much as the next guy. I actually happen to have kind of a milf fetish, even though I'm like 32, but I'm getting older. But you know, I think I told this before, way back, but I went to an all boys school, so I have a thing like, and the only women I was around for a long time, like when I was in school, was like female teachers. So I always have that MILF kind of thing. But you know, so I'm not like even dishing that. But as long as a guy, you're being true to yourself, like you're hooking up with women that you want to hook up with, like, and you're trying to like fulfill your fantasies, or you're trying to, you know, that's cool. But it's just like when guys are bullshitting, like lying, like being, and you can tell too. Um, you know, you can tell. Or guys are like, oh, I'm sick of these hoes, I'm sick of bitches, and they say, all right, because you're not getting laid. You're not getting laid. You're not getting any. And you know, you can go complaining about the state of the Western world and yeah, and it sucks. Like it is shit. I mean, I talk about it here, but at the same time, when it comes to getting laid, when it comes to sex, like if you're not getting laid, like you only have yourself to blame. Like you shouldn't be blaming like, oh, Tinder sucks, oh, like, oh, dating apps have ruined it. You know, dating apps have destroyed it. I can't get laid because of dating apps and hypergamy and all this. No, your game sucks, you suck, get better. You know, it's not complicated. I think a lot of guys get butthurt because it's actually not complicated. They get upset that they say these like chads that they think are dumbasses getting loads of pussy, and they think there's some, like, you know, some algorithm, some formula that they have to crack, and they don't realize it's just fucking simple. Like they don't realize it's really fucking simple. Look good, fucking have confidence, get experience, and just source, and then you're gonna cash in. It's really that simple. Stop looking like a dumbass. Stop dressing like shit. Um, try get fit and source. That's it. You know, stop like getting on your Tinder and being like swiping. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting any matches. It's hypergamy out of control. It's like, get rid of your get rid of your dating apps and do day game. Like, get out. Like, not, you know what I mean? Get out. Like, sex is easy. It's like, it's fucking easy. I mean, like I said, if I could fucking get money as easy as I could get sex, I would be fucking rich. I would be really rich. It's just why? Because I've cracked the code. Like I know what's up. Like I have a system. I know what women want, and it's not like a formula. It's like it's like when guys are get stage fright. You know, guys when they first start, they get nervous. They can't perform. They can't get an erection because they're overthinking. The blood's going to their brain. They can't think. They can't perform. The blood's not going to their dick. The people who perform the best in bed, the men who perform like are going to be like, when I'm in, I'm not thinking. Like I'm just like, you turn into an animal with a woman because you're it's not like like a calculation that you're making in your brain. You're having sex. Um and that's why, you know, it's the same with game. It's the same when you're making approaches. Guys start trying to like, you know, coming up with this like kind of formula, trying to, they think that they have to, you know, or even they won't even make an approach because they think that it's this big complicated thing that they have to do, some big like rigmarole bullshit, when in fact they don't realize that actually there is no like real formula. It's just like guys that have confidence and want to get laid just go up and say whatever the hell they want to say and try and get a number most of the time. um Gabrielle Lee says, I'd still bang J-Lo and Halle Berry. I haven't seen any of them recently, but I remember I would probably definitely still bang them. But I remember that J-Lo song, what was it, Booty, where she was covered in oil. God damn. I would if she still looks like that. I mean, that was a good while ago, but I would definitely have banged her then. Um Winston Wolf in the house. What is up? What is good? Hope you are well. Yeah, let me share this. Let me share this. I saw something today. Share the screen. All right. So yeah, saw this on Twitter. But yeah, this is so yeah, that's obviously she's not looking at him like that because he's a millionaire or anything. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who she is. But she's looking at him like that because this is like she's attracted to him. It's validational. It's completely validation. It's completely natural. There's nothing to do with you know. He's not even dressed particularly well, but I mean, he's clear. He's kind of muscular, has a handsome face, and it's just clearly very obvious what's going on. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. A girl will never look. It doesn't matter even if he's a billionaire. This chick, see this chick in the red? Think she'd look at Bill Gates like that? You think she'd ever blush away like that? You think that chick would? It doesn't matter. So, like, when I say money is important, it's only important, like as I said at the start of the episode, it's only important when you're at a certain level. If you're looking to like get to the top tier game where you can have like any woman. That's only when really money is only important. And obviously money for yourself. So you can buy nice clothes, buy nice things. Money is like to improve yourself, right? Money helps you improve yourself, but money doesn't money will never get you like a looks like that ever. Not gonna happen. She's not looking. She's looking at him because she, on an animalistic level, she's attracted to him as a man, and he's confident. He's pretty confident about it too. But yeah, just thought that I wanted to share that. Winston says she's a hard Roku though. She's a I mean, yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of old. I'm not sure when that clip was taken, but it's I'd probably smash her. Yeah, but it's just a thing. The point I'm trying to make is, if you just put yourself out there, even if you're not like, even if you're not even at your best, even if you're fat and shit and your clothes are shit, if you put yourself out there and source and source women, you're always sourcing, you'll have a good sex life. And as you improve yourself, as your fitness and fashion sense and confidence improve, your sex life will like exponentially get better and better. I'm not even using dating apps right now, and like my sex life is, I mean, I just have as much as I want, really. Who knows? I might even never download dating apps again. I mean, I just have, my sex life is good. Like, I mean, it's as much as I want, like just it's just all, and it's all about the sourcing. Like, it's all about the sourcing. I just have it as part of my lifestyle. I always say I don't go out like spending hours a day like sourcing chicks. I just do it as I go. I go do it as I please. Like, I see a hot chick on my way to work. I see a hot chick on my way to meet friends. I dip in, get her number, and dip out, and I hit them up. Recently I've started using Instagram recently I started using Instagram. Just, I'm pretty. It's obviously not Mac the Day Gamer. It's obviously not it's not the photography one, but I'm doing a hot dude Instagram. But and I just exchanged the Instagram and we DM each other, and I post videos of I post stories of myself working out, and these chicks are into it. These chicks are always watching, but uh, just uh, just last night I missed a few shows because the player life interrupted. I'm doing this shit on voluntary basis. I enjoy doing it actually. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying I'm gonna miss. Sometimes I might miss doing live streams because got some hotties coming around. Like you know, and sometimes I even sacrifice hotties to do a live stream. But last night I didn't. I wasn't gonna sacrifice because last night I was not sacrificing because there was a real hottie coming around, and I wasn't gonna sacrifice that. Um, but yeah, I mean, just to talk a little bit about that. I mean, I was just coming back from hanging out with some friends. I think it was just last week, and I was on my way home. No intention of doing game or like. Well, I always have the intention of doing approaches if I see a hottie, but I mean, I wasn't on my way to do a game. I was heading home, heading to the train station, and I was with a friend of mine, another dude here in Tokyo, and we saw these like two guys, two girls, right? Walking. We were walking towards them, and one of them said, "I heard one of the girls whisper into her friend's ear like kakoi, and that means cool." So I said, "Hey, I just said, hey, what's up?" Even though they were with two guys. I mean, she said kakoi and was looking at me. So I said, hey, I just turned around, hey, what's up? And there was some commotion, like, oh, like it was like late at night. It was like 11:30 p.m. There was kind of party vibe. But I just dipped in. I didn't care that she was with two guys. Like she said kakoi in front of the two guys. Like she was clearly flirtatious. Like it's just a serious IOI, like, indicator of interest. So I just dipped in and got her Instagram. And her Instagram had like, it was pretty obvious from her Instagram she had a boyfriend. Like, but this girl was like really, I mean, when I saw her, she was like, I couldn't. She was wearing a mask, so it was but her body looked pretty fire. She was wearing a little belly top, and like, I could tell she had a nice shape. She had nice titties. Um, and this girl was 18, and I found that out when I met her last night. But long story short, you know, sometimes you don't even need to go. You don't even need to go for a coffee or a drink or whatever. You meet them and you just take them straight home. They come directly to your place. But last night I didn't get much sleep. Last night, put it that way, did not get much sleep. I'm pretty tired now. Um, but that was insane. I mean, that was a wild time. She was so far from innocent, like, man. And yeah, some other foreign guys like simping for some other foreign guy, buying her flowers and shit. Real funny, but it is what it is. Girls are gonna play. If it wasn't me, it was gonna be some other guy. And that's just one of many stories, and it's not difficult. It's pimp or be pimped. Uh, and this is crazy. Like, I'm not this. Her boyfriend is like a pro athlete. I saw the Instagram. I saw it. Her boyfriend is a pro athlete. Even chicks that have chicks that pro athletes aren't enough to keep these chicks loyal. Even pro, and I'm not complaining about that because I'm getting in on it too. But little feather in the cap for me. It's like if chicks are just into you, who knows? That guy could also be a simp. Chances are he is a simp. Look, judging from the Instagram. But if you're just an animal and you just roll up, total confidence, just total absolutely no, like, because when I do approaches, I have absolutely no nerves. Like, I'm not like, can I have your Instagram? Maybe we can have a drink sometime. I'm just I just really don't care. I'm just like, yo, what's up? Give me your number, give me your Instagram. And there's zero. They can they just know there's zero cap. Like there's zero cap. There's zero fake. There is zero cap, zero fake. I'm not pretending. I've clearly done this a lot, and I'm not saying it. It's just subliminal. They know it. They know that I've had a lot of sex. They know that. That's why they want some. I'm not, it's just, and that's why I tell guys, you have to do it. You have to put the time in. You can't be like reading all these books and like, oh, learning how to, do dialogues and shit. No, you have to go through the awkward stage. It's like learning to walk as a baby. You're going to fall over a lot. You're going to be awkward. You're going to like trip over and you're going to be dumb, but you learn from those encounters. That's the cold, hard truth about it. The cold, hard truth. And it's like really hard to fake it. It's just so much better off being genuine. Just go out there and make the mistakes and just don't feel bad about it. But yeah, it's just has to be done. I mean, if you're happy with your sex life, then no problem. But if you're not and you're wanting to learn how to get more, hotties. I just find like it's super hot 18-year-old, like really, really hot. Like, it was a good time. It was a good time, and it's just I've done it so many other times too. It's just not hard to do once you know how to do it. Because it's just it's just genuine. When I roll up and I get her ask for a number, it's genuine. They can sense that there's genuine interest, and there's just no nervousness whatsoever. Winston says, "What's your clothing budget like?" I mean, clothing. I don't have a budget for clothing. I mean, you don't need to spend a lot on clothes. I mean, as long as you're wearing fashionable clothes. I mean, you can go to secondhand stores. I can go to I take pride in my looks. So I mean, if someone criticizes my fashion, I'm like, fuck you. I like wearing what I like wearing. I actually because I take care. Like I'm aesthetically aware. Like I care about. I like how I look, but you don't need to spend. I can look better than someone who goes into Louis Vuitton and spends a bunch of money, and you could spend thousands in Louis Vuitton, but if it doesn't fit, or if it just looks shit, it doesn't matter. It's not about the price. It's not about the price on clothes. Does it fit well? Color, all that kind of stuff. It's like photography. It's like composition, lighting, and subject matter. But it's not about the price tag when it comes to clothing. Like if you can wear like baller ass Louis Vuitton shit and have a good taste, you have a good you have good aesthetic taste and know about fit and size and all that, then that's obviously good too. But you do not need to have a big budget to look good. Definitely do not. You can go to secondhand stores and buy discount vintage kind of shit and look like a baller. You can look like badass. It every guy needs to have a look. Like you need to have a kind of look that suits you. And by the time you're in your late 20s, you should really have figured that out. Probably a lot sooner. I mean, but really, if you don't have a good look by the time you're in your late 20s, well, it's not too late. It's never too late, but you should you should have a look. You should have a look about you. I don't even know how to describe my look. I'm not good at putting things into words, but I have a look. I have a look. I like Levi. I like, I don't really like really expensive brand stuff. And that can be me. That can be me just saying that because I can't afford that shit right now. But who knows, if crypto works out, maybe I can. But I'm not. I'm being honest. The thing about me is I want to be honest all the time. I don't want to be. I'm trying to be, when I do these live streams, I'm trying to be as genuine as possible. I'm trying to say it as it is. So when I say, oh yeah, I don't like really expensive shit, I'm immediately coming around and saying maybe that's because I can't afford that shit yet. But I'm 100%. You do not. At the same time, you do not need to. It's not about the price tag. It really is not. Like I've seen people wearing like Gucci and shit, and it's over. It's not fitted correctly, and it looks shit. Uh, you know, um. So yeah, it's more about your fashion sense. No, your says going to work. See ya. Peace out, man. Have a good one. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I am absolutely starving. I'm very hungry, and I am going to eat some salmon. I'm gonna fry up some salmon. Gonna get some. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good meal now. It's gonna be nice, and probably gonna have to catch up on some sleep tonight since I missed out on. Did a lot of cardio last night. God damn, what a wild night that was! But it was a good time, and it's all because I just did some sourcing. I seized the opportunity. A lot of guys will be like, "Oh, she's with two guys. Oh, oh, I don't want to be rude." It's like if you're not in, you can't win. And I'm in it to win it. I am in it to win it all the time. I mean, you know, uh, it is what it is, and paid off last night. It's a good time. So yeah, guys, I'll be back. Oh, today. Oh yeah, today's Thursday. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night for another episode of Player Life. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.